Sanibonani and welcome to Wendy_Hayis Media. Today I am going to be talking about job supply versus job demand amidst the COVID-19 pandemic in South Africa. So please do join me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not done so at Wendy_Hayis Media. In March 2020, when the president of South Africa announced a complete shutdown, putting the economy almost to a standstill, there was a lot of worry and panic, and knowing that the already very much struggling job market was going to be the most hard hit. And indeed it was. The Stats SA quarterly employment survey published in June 2020 reported the unemployment rate at 30.1%, the highest it has been since 2008. And yes, indeed, if you were not part of the unemployed or retrenched stats, you know someone that was. So it called for a real look into one's skill set and job market. Let me just define the job market before we get into more detail. So the job market is a space or a market where the employer looks for employees or looks for job seekers that have the relevant or the skills that meet the demand, the company demand, skills demand, as well as where the job seeker looks for companies that are offering vacancies for the skill set that I have, for the positions that I'm looking for. Now, in South Africa, so let's look at the graph. I hope you are able to see it on the screen. And it is what was published by Career Junction, and it is a job demand versus the job supply index in South Africa. It was published in June 2020. Now, I'm going to be jumping back and forth between the camera and my laptop, so please pardon me for that. Yes, let's look at information technology as one of the sectors that are in demand. Whew, a whopping 30% demand. Let's look at supply. Do we have qualified candidates for these positions in South Africa? Disappointing. Where are you? Just above 5%. That tells you how imbalanced the job demand versus job supply index is in South Africa currently. And my wish with this vlog is that we are able to look at all the ways we can improve this imbalance. Even if you are still studying at school, how can we ensure that you make the right career choices so that we avoid this sort of cycle of finding ourselves in a predicament where as a country we are not we don't have a healthy job market. So let's look at business and management. So that's quite almost there. Demand is at just below 20%, and supply is just almost 25%. So there you can tell that even if the supply is more, there's not the competition for this in these sectors is not that much. Now, I'll go to this specific one. Let's go to admin, office and support, right? We are sitting at a whopping supply at 25%. So there's 25% candidates that are qualified to and are searching for job employment in admin, office and support. Now let's go and look at demand. How many companies are looking for candidates with these skills set? Gosh, where are you? Yes, There you are, admin, office and support. Just about 5%. Yeah, about 5%. The competition there is ridiculously high. And yeah, so to such imbalances in the job market in South Africa, the Department of Higher Education and Training published an occupations in demand list with listing 370 skills that are in demand. Now, the purpose of this list was, in fact, also to ensure that learners at grade 10 make informed career choices or subject choices. Now, this at grade 10. This gets really personal if for me even when we talk about subject choices and career planning. Most of us have made career choices without any career planning or informed career advice and decisions, right? Which is why I started this blog as well, to ensure that we are able to address this. So, when I was doing grade 10, we had 3 tracks or streams at school. There was accounting, there was physical science, and there was general. And generally, it's where all those learners that did not have good marks ended up. And it made it very difficult for most of those learners that were under general to get access to higher education institutions because the points did not meet, entry requirements. But I as well chose physical sciences as school, right? But I was so involved in the arts and performing arts. I used to script write, and I used to a point that my school had an exchange program with another school in Scotland. I went and performed there. The performance was not so great. The nerves got to me like crazy, guys. But here's the story. When I got to varsity and I didn't have finance for my first year, I had not applied for NEFSAs, and it was just a mess, right? So I get there and I have to make, by the grace of God, I get an opportunity to be funded for the first year. And when I make a choice, based as well on my credits, I chose geography and environmental management as opposed to what I really loved, which was acting and speech and drama, performing arts. Whew. I thought that it was a very uninformed decision and assumption. I thought that because geography and environmental management was more in the science field, it would be easy for me to get employment when compared to acting and performing arts, because I thought it was really competitive and you could try and wing it in a way in the industry and finally get your way right. But boy oh boy, was I wrong or was I wrong? Even today, I'm still not in the industry. I got environmental discipline sector. But what I can tell you is that the opportunities I got, which was to work at higher learning institutions and mostly recruit, be a career coordinator. I think that's what they called it. And what you do is you recruit learners into your institution. So I had to learn the different career options that we sold or that we offered. And over time I realized that the intentions when we go out, when the institution, it's not really to career advice, which is something that I wanted to do. I wanted to offer career advice. And the more what I did is I learned more and more about the careers. I learned even more about even the job opportunities that are out there for these careers that I am offering. That's how I got into to the love of career advising and career planning, and yeah. So let's see the sectors that made it onto this. These are the sectors that made the top of the list. It is software developer, Again, IT. I know, ne? It is ICT project manager, program analyst, and financial manager. Whew. Again, we go back to that demand and supply in the information and technology sector. Let's look at blue collar jobs. There's carpenter, there's plumber, and there is pipe fitter and welder. So now the blue collar jobs are those that are manual. And the beauty of it, these are the occupations that you would find at TVET colleges, and they're very practical. I think we as a country are all getting to that point where we realize that these skills are just as important as your very theoretical skills, right? Or your office jobs, because you are easily able to access the informal market should anything happen, such as COVID-19 pandemic. You are able to take your skill set and market your skill set and get a revenue and an income stream, and not wait for the formal economy to absorb you. So yes, let's look at what opportunities are out there, right? NEFSAS is funding applications are now open. Please go online and search. And the UNISA applications for 2020 are now open as well. So please go out there and apply online. I search for jobs more regularly. I do a lot of my job searching on the following online job searches, right? Or platforms. Indeed is one. LinkedIn. I cannot stress the importance of having a professional online platform. A profile rather. It's very important. LinkedIn allows you to do that. LinkedIn allows abantu that are looking for abasebenzi or are looking for candidates to be able to go there and look at your profile. So please, if you don't have LinkedIn, I'll share also there's the icon for LinkedIn that you can just press or just go search LinkedIn and create your profile and keep it professional. Who knows? I'll get into how I got employed for my current 8 to 5 due to having a good career profile online. Yeah, boy? Next time. And then there's PNet and there's Career Junction. These are all the platforms where you can go online and start searching. Ukhona no Gumtree, but engiyane realize is that Gumtree is more for people that are, for example, who are carpenters, those that do ama blue collar. Somebody wants maybe someone to do plumbing, which is really good as well. So if you're in that sector, it's something nice to keep checking on and looking out for the possibility, and even advertising yourself. Yes, and even advertising yourself on the platform to say, hi guys, this is what I do, please contact me on this number, and so on and so on. So yes, I'm almost to the end. It's almost the end of my show, and join me next week as I talk more about how changing your career path, as I know that the COVID-19 pandemic has forced most of us to do an inventory of our skills set. Now, before COVID-19, there was that comfort layer. You had your 8 to 5, but in COVID-19, with some of us being retrenched, sadly, the youth, and it made us relook at our skill set, which is sort of like a good thing, because whatever experience that you have, now you have to sit down and look at what experience you have. Koni experience of as simple as answering phone calls, at the reception area, giving that smile, welcoming people into the reception area, selling, products. All of that you are now able to then sit down and do an inventory. These are from the experience that I've had, these are the skills that I've gained. Where and how can I use it? How can I package it such that I attract the right people, the right employers, or even the right business opportunities? Thank you for joining me at Wendy_Mahayise Media. I look forward to our next episode. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or my YouTube vlog at Wendy_Mahayise Media. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you again. Keep inspired. Until next time.